Hi guys, how's it going? I know y'all you just got to see me yesterday, but I'm back again because I had such a good time yesterday and I don't want to say I forgot how much fun live streams were, but I needed them. It was very refreshing because I had not done live streams on my channel in forever, and I don't know why. My schedule got super crazy and then I don't know, that all went out the window. So I really wanted to make sure I did at least one more live stream before the end of April, and things are looking kind of hectic with my schedule for this upcoming weekend. So I was like, I might as well do it again tonight. So yeah, I might possibly be having some co-hosts hopping in and out throughout this stream. So look forward to that. Hopefully that'll all pan out. But yeah, I see we already have a lot of comments here. You guys are amazing. Alice is here. Hello, Alice. And Tessa is here. Tessa, I've missed you. I went live 3 times in the past 45 minutes. Had so much fun. Oh, that's awesome. And thank you. And Abby is here. And Yaza and Gio. You guys, you have the whole gang. And Amanda is here. Hello, Amanda. Hi, Charlie. Yes. Long time no see. Yeah, right? How's everyone? I'm doing pretty good. I had a pretty chill day. I had class this morning, and that went long, but in a good way because I was just kind of like chilling with some of my classmates afterwards, which was super fun. Really nice and refreshing. At some point, I'm gonna be changing the lighting. Oh, yeah, my I'm using my webcam right now, and so it either gets like very bright or just very dark to the point you can't even see me. So I'm gonna be playing with the lighting throughout this stream as the sun goes down. Abby, I'm going to be reading during the sprints this time. Nice. Oh, I need to read, you guys. I've been so bad about reading things besides my textbooks. I don't know. School sucked it all out of me, you guys. Well, that's awesome, Abby. Um, yeah, everyone, go ahead and let me know what you're going to be working on for this stream. I am going to be working on, I'm calling it my Camp Nano project now. Originally, my Camp Nano project was supposed to be Sisterhood of Pirates. That's what I'm calling it. It's a new project that I kind of, I work on it if I'm not feeling inspired for my main projects. So I was like, yeah, I was feeling really inspired for it. And I was like, okay, I'll work on that. I'll try to get 5,000 words in that project by the end of April. That'll be my Camp Nano goal. Yeah, so I hopped on my live stream yesterday and I was really inspired to work on Project Goldwings, which is one of my main projects. So I was like, well, I might as well ride this little wave of inspiration I have for Project Goldwings while I have it. So I got, I think, about 600 words in Project Goldwings the other day, which is nice. And yeah, I'm gonna keep working on Project Goldwings because I'm feeling motivated, and I figure rather than trying to force my projects to give me inspiration, I'm just gonna take the inspiration that comes to me and then work on whatever project I'm feeling. Yeah. So I guess my new revised goal is 5,000 words collectively over whichever projects speak to me, but I'm gonna try to mostly do it in Project Goldwings now because I've been getting going on that again, which has been really nice. Alice is trying to hit 50K on my Camp Nano novel. Oh my goodness. You can do it. You can do it, Alice. If anyone can do it, it's you. Yes, indeed. At 4 p.m. today, I decided that I would make today 5K day. So if I'm not overly active in the comments, because I'm only at 2K, 5K words. All right, well, we'll be sure to get some good sprints in for you, Charlie. That's awesome. Honestly, the way you make that window glare work is very commendable. Right? Well, this is an interesting room because I have a huge, like, double door windows here. I have windows all along back here. And yeah, the lighting just, it does its own thing. Who knows? Yes, you've got this, Charlie. You've got this. Geo, which one? I don't know which one of my projects I want to make my main project because I'm really struggling going back and forth between two projects with which is annoying. I had to make two projects my main projects because I couldn't choose one. Like some days I'm really inspired for one, some days I'm really inspired for the other. So I have two main projects right now. It's interesting because for me, they'll kind of shuffle. Like I have main projects and then um, what do I call them? Like sub projects or I don't know, basically projects I can go to if none of my main projects are sparking anything. I'll just like work on them. So at least I'm working on something. But yeah, that those two lists just change all the time. It's interesting. It really is. I'm probably going to either work on free rights for my sequel to main novel, or I might work on my side project. Oh, that'll be awesome. Yes. I do that so much, switching back and forth. Yeah, I go with your gut. Yep. That's about what I figured out because I learned that if my projects do not want to be worked on, they're not going to be worked on. The words are not going to come. So, yeah, I feel you. I really struggle to work on more than one project. I always just end up working on way more than the other, or one way more than the other. Yeah, that's the same with me. But it's good. I'm glad I'm at least working on Project Goldwings now because that was the main goal. That was one of my main projects. So hopefully we're still going to be good on that. All right, so I went ahead and loaded a 15-minute timer just to get us started. And then for the next sprints that we do, I will be asking for suggestions for times. Gio, I'm gonna bet right now, if I had money, I would bet, I'm a college student, that you're going to ask for 17:17. So most likely that's gonna be our second sprint time, but I will be taking suggestions from y'all. All right, so 15 minutes are on the clock. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. That is time, you guys. Well done. Nice job. How did everyone do? Let me know what y'all got done during that sprint. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I did basically nothing. I caught up on a few messages that I had to get back on Instagram, and then I tried to pull up my draft, and for some reason my Wi-Fi or my internet is really bad today. And I think it's because, I don't know, it's just really bad. So since I write on Google Docs, it was really struggling to open up the file at all. So then I tried doing it on my phone, and that kind of worked. But for some reason, I have to be in the mood to be writing on my phone. Otherwise, it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes like it's more motivating to write on your phone. Other times, like you have to have the laptop set up. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I was really struggling. So I decided to just finish up getting back to people on DMs. And then after that, I guess during this next sprint, hopefully maybe my Wi-Fi will be a little bit better by then. I don't know what's going on right now, but yeah, we're gonna try for this next sprint. And yes, so Geo had said, you know it about the 1717. So I think I have an idea what our next sprint time might be. Charlie said, I have no idea how much I wrote. I did the thing that you should never do and edited a couple of chapters. I do that. I seriously do. I try not to. I've gotten a lot better, but sometimes it helps me like get into the story. Like if I'm opening a draft to start drafting and I can't get into it, sometimes it does help to like go back and edit the little part before. I don't know. For some reason, it's like, oh, okay, now it's fixed. Now I can keep going. I don't know. Sometimes it helps. Sometimes it does the exact opposite. Abby read about 10 pages. Wow. That's awesome. Are you using Wi-Fi for StreamYard? Yeah, I am. And StreamYard usually does take up a lot of Wi-Fi, a lot of, I guess you'd say RAM. Is that what you'd say? I don't know. But I remember, like, I can't do any editing on my laptop while I'm doing StreamYard because it kind of overworks my laptop. So that's definitely it. Usually I don't have this much of a problem when I'm opening up my other drafts. So I think it's just like my Wi-Fi or my internet that's lagging. But yeah. How's your story going? Are you still working on it? Yes. So I am working on Project Goldwings. I thought I was going to take a break because I was so uninspired for Project Goldwings for the longest time. So I was going to go to like one of my sub stories that I work on in the interim period if I'm not feeling inspired for any of my main projects. And so that was going to be, I was going to try to get 5,000 words in that draft for Camp Nano. But then I got inspired randomly for Project Goldwings. So I'm like, I might as well add some words to that draft too, and I'll just count 5,000 between those two. It's words, and that's good enough for me. So 5,000 words, no matter what draft, that's kind of going to be my new goal. Amanda, I worked on the sequel. It was okay, but I think I'm going to switch over to my side project since the scene isn't quite as emotionally active as I intended. Oh, nice. It's always nice to take a break sometimes. Yeah. I cannot write on my phone. Yeah. Well, that's interesting because I feel like if I have an idea for the scene, sometimes it helps me to write on my phone because then I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm a faster texter than I am a typer. I don't know. It's weird, but I feel like I'm able to keep up with my brain a little bit better on my phone. But I'm not feeling, I don't have exactly what's going to happen in the scene yet. I outlined it, but I don't know how I'm going to word it all or whatever. So that's not the case. Geo, I just continue to contemplate. LOL. Yeah, I might give you guys the premise for both in a little bit and ask you guys which one you like better because I'm so torn. Yes, please do. I love reading you guys' snippets and like your summaries and things. The Legend of Rune is here. Hello. I'm outlining chapter 12 and it's almost 2 pages long. So I'm interested to see how many written pages that'll be once I get to writing the chapter. Oh, that's always fun. I outlined this scene that I'm working on currently for Project Goldwings. It's a fight scene. And usually I don't outline like chapters like that. I'll have like certain points that need to go in the chapter. But I felt like I did need to outline this particular scene because it's a fight scene and there's so many characters involved and it's with a mythical creature. So I kind of felt like I needed to know at least what was going to happen, what moves the what fighting moves and stuff, the choreography of it, if you will. So that way it wasn't so like, I don't know, scary to step into this chapter. Amanda, I think I might work on my side project now. Ooh, abalone? Oh, is that like the shell? Is that how you pronounce it, or is it abalone? Abalone? Plot is kind of chaotic, but we shall see. Hopefully things fall into place. Yes! Just gotta start. Usually they'll fall into place. Sometimes. Tessa, I'm going to do a live music concert on my YouTube channel, singing my songs. Oh my goodness! Let us know when that is. I would love to come support you. You should just do it. Yes! And Tessa, I also had the best writing day. Oh my goodness, that's amazing! Congratulations, Tessa! And Abby, how many stories? I don't know if I want to answer that question. I might feel a little called out. I have two main projects I'm working on while I'm waiting, because right now, Project Adimph, which is my epic fantasy, that is getting beta read. So right now, I'm leaving that to the side while I wait for beta reader feedback to come in. So while I'm letting that chill, I have two main projects. One of them is Project Goldwings, and then the second one is Dark Academia, and that is a contemporary college romance that's just very vibey, all the Dark Academia. So those are the two main ones I try to work on, but if there are times when I'm not feeling inspired for either of those, then I have some, side projects that I'll work on. Also, we have a guest here.
Yay! I finally made it!
Yes, the wonderful Jasmine Dayton. Oh, I gestured the right way. The wonderful Jasmine Dayton is here.
I do that every time. Yeah, see, I just did it. There we go. There we go.
Yes, yes. That's awesome. How's it going?
It is going. It's nice and warm here in Montana, so I'm happy.
I know. I like this morning I had a class, so I had like my sweater on and I was like freezing. And then I come back and I was working outside a little bit after, and I come back home and I'm burning up. I'm like, oh my goodness, Montana, okay.
I checked the weather, like the little temperature thing in my car, and it's usually a little bit hotter than it actually is outside. So because it's like all black, has leather seats and stuff. But it was like it said 82 degrees, and I'm like, what?
Dang!
Idaho.
Wow. See, everyone else who isn't from Montana is listening to this like 82. That's like an average day. In Montana, that's like boiling hot. We're like, oh my gosh, it's 82. I need to wear shorts, my tank tops. I need to go through the sprinklers right now. It's so hot.
Right, because I don't know if this is the same for you, but in our apartment, we don't have AC. So, I mean, because you don't really have to. Because
yeah, in Montana, yeah.
Like, but then again, it'd be nice,
Yeah, we do have AC, but we don't use it that often, except for those days where it gets really hot. And by really hot, I mean maybe 90.
Yeah, but I do know, because I grew up in California, so like a lot of the summertime was like over 100 degrees. But for some reason, like the AC made all of the difference of like feeling comfortable, because last summer I think it was like 85 to 90 degrees, and I'm like, it's too hot. It's too much. And now I get it. I get why people don't like the hot anymore, because this is not fun.
No, no. I don't mind cold as much because you can at least layer and bundle up. Hot, you can't really take off your skin,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I definitely beforehand, like when I lived in California, I was like, I can't handle the cold. Like anything below 30 degrees, I was like not prepared for. But then everyone here in Montana is like, there's no such thing as cold, just bad layers. Like no such thing as bad weather, just bad layers.
So, I've never heard that before, but that sounds like such a Montana saying.
Yep.
I love it.
I'm a little bit better at layering now, and so winter's not all that bad. I think the only time it got bad where I was like, this is getting a little ridiculous, is when it got down to like 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and I was like, yeah, I'm not over it. 20 degrees is one thing. This is something else.
Yeah. There's cold and there's just like, no.
Right, it gets to the point where it's like, is there really a difference between 0 degrees and like negative 20? Not really. Like in miserable state, not too much.
There's a point where you can't even tell anymore. Yeah.
Well,
Also, so
yeah.
before I forget, Jasmine, do you want to do a little plug? Because Jasmine here, if you guys probably caught that from our chat, she's also from Montana. She's also an author tuber, and I will link her channel down below during this next sprint. So definitely go check out her channel. But Jasmine, if you want to do like a little plug and a little talk a little bit about what you're going to be working on for this stream.
Sure. So I am doing Camp NaNoWriMo this month. I'm not doing it very well, but I am doing it. So today I'm going to be working on making a novelette that I wrote a few months ago. And I'm adding a part two to it to finally make it a novella, just because a novelette, it kind of seemed too short. And even though it ended really well, I was like, I feel like I could easily make a second part to this. So that's what I'm writing in first draft. So it's not going to be great, but you know what? At least it gets the words on paper.
Yes. What was the quote? Like you can't edit a blank page.
Yeah,
I
I
always
think
like that one.
it's fine.
Sorry.
Anyways,
Oh, did I cut you off or anything?
no, you didn't. You're fine.
Okay, I thought I was like cut you off in the middle of your spiel or something. I'm
You're
sorry.
totally fine. No, you're good. I was all done.
I had like 2 cups of coffee today, and usually one will do it. So I'm still wired somehow.
Oh, you are totally good. You know what? That's good as far as writing goes. You need that. You need
This
that
is
energy to keep going.
this is true. I need to just channel it. That's the issue. Hopefully, my Wi-Fi was a little bit sketch for that first sprint, so hopefully it gets better so I can actually work on my Google Docs document at the same time as doing this.
Oh yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. All right. So, I'm gonna go through comments. Amanda, I think I will. Tessa, like I always say, confidence knows no bounds. That's what I said when I wanted to overcome my anxiety about live streams. Yes.
Woo!
I remember when I did my first live stream, I was like shaking, like literally when I pressed the live, or actually when I clicked on the link, because I think it was with I was co-hosting. I
Oh
was
my
so
God.
nervous. I was like,
The first live that I did, there were so many pauses where I'm like, well, I don't really know what to talk about, so I guess we can just like hang out.
yes. No, and it was nice that I started with co-hosts. But
Mhm.
I've learned now that it's also nice to host on your own because if there's like awkward pause, it's like, okay, time to sprint. So
Yeah,
now you
you're
guys know my secret. You guys know my secret. If I'm randomly like, all right, time to sprint, they'll be like, okay, she just like had a brain fart. She just stopped being able to communicate.
I usually pretend to have technical difficulties, and I'm like, sorry, I'm having a hard time pulling this up, even though I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I love it. We're just exposing ourselves right now.
I know, that's what this whole video is about.
Um, and then GL plot number 1, a girl moves to a small town and finds out that she happens to look like a girl that just recently died. Then the same killer goes after her. Yes, that plot that you said yesterday. I love that.
That reminds me of, oh, what movie was it? Jim Carrey played in this movie that was kind of similar to this. It wasn't really a murder mystery, but he looks exactly like somebody who died in a town, and it like
Mm.
confuses everybody because they think that he's like the actual person. So it's fun. So
Oh,
plot reminds me of what you're doing, which is a really good plot. It's really unique, which I really like.
yes. That's awesome. And then Amanda, I need a good inconspicuous place for a magic book to hide. I'm open to any suggestions.
Ooh.
Hmm. It's like secret room. Is that out of the question? Is that too fantastical?
Haha. Secret
Under,
room.
ooh, by, okay, fireplaces sometimes they have like really cool stonework. Maybe there's like a little, they have like the little, I don't know if you call it the hearth.
Yeah,
There's
I
like
guess
a
you could
little
call
ring of stones around it, and then you can like lift it up. I don't know.
it.
I had in Montana, you always see a lot of really cool like hearths and fireplaces, and I'm always like, that would be so cool if it was like, my creative brain is always like, ooh, that'd be so cool for like a secret passageway or like a hiding place or whatever.
Literally, I feel like there's so many different places inside of a house where I think like I can put a secret room in there. Like there's
Yes.
right here, secret room. There's like a fireplace, secret room. Anything can be a secret room.
Yes. Seriously though, I've written over 100 songs.
Oh,
So I
wow.
am putting my songs on YouTube. Yes.
Yay. Okay.
amazing.
Songs are way harder to write than I think people realize. Like I
Yeah.
tried to do it, can't do it. There's like so many semantics with it that it's like
Mhm.
so overwhelming. So you really need to know your stuff in order to write like a genuinely good song. So that is a talent that I don't have, which
Yes. Not agreeing that you don't have the talent, agreeing that like I don't have that talent either.
don't worry, no. I have other talents. Songwriting is not one of them.
No, I'm taking a poetry class this semester, and poetry's hard for me. And songs are basically like poetry, but you put it to music, and then you have to have it usually like a certain pattern, like your verses, your chorus, your bridges, all that. Like, that's just crazy to me.
I
I
know.
can't even. I wish. And then Charlie had said hi, Jasmine. I remember saying hello to Jasmine. Guess I'm
Yay.
gonna catch up on the comments here. Yes. Gia, so guys, which premise do you all prefer? Oh, so
Prefer.
between the one that you said and then the one from the last stream?
I was about to say I'm trying to remember what the second one was because I did watch the
Yeah.
live where Gio made a similar comment to what he's working on this month. So I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
You'll have to
I
remind
think,
me.
yeah, I feel like they both kind of got the same information across. I think that the one you just did here was a little shorter, I think, than the first one. I did like the first one because I feel like, I don't know, there's more information because you talked about their friends and stuff, right? That was
Yeah.
kind of cool. That added like another layer for me. That was like, ooh, this is another reason I want to read it.
Right.
I don't
There
know.
you go.
That's just me.
Hi, Gio.
And then Tessa, I'm planning on live streaming with my acoustic guitar Sunday. Nice. Yaza
Oh,
says, yo. Yo, Yaza.
I love it.
Gee, I didn't see a plot
Yeah.
too. That's so weird. I swore. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I don't
no,
know what
there we go.
happened.
We're missing anything.
Oh, there it is. 4 teenagers get blackmailed into be assassins, hitmen, and hit women for a creepy someone they've never met. They give some orders over text and phone calls.
Ooh,
Oh,
mhm.
I
That's
do
it.
like that one too.
I feel like I am always somebody who's like the more characters the better, just because I just love the dynamic of like building those relationships and characters. So this might be biased, but I think I like that one better, just because I feel like there's a lot more that you can do with it. But that's just
Yeah, I would have to agree. The other one sounds interesting, but I don't know.
yeah.
I like this second one. It feels like there's more of a promise of like action, you know what I mean? And I don't know.
Hmm.
I always love action stories. So that could totally just be a personal taste thing. Yes. And then Abby said still plot number one for me. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll try rewording it. Yeah, we see plot two now. Both
Okay.
are interesting. I think the first one gets my attention more. Yeah,
Mhm.
see, it's interesting because a lot of it I feel like is up to taste.
That's true.
Amanda, thank you for the ideas. Probably will use some sort of secret passageway. Yes. Yes.
Secret memo.
I love it. Also, I'm sitting right here and I'm looking at my piano. So there can be the baseboard of your piano where you have like the pedals and then you have like the actual keys coming out. That could be a cool, like sliding the baseboard aside of the piano and like having the inner workings, like where all the pedals stuff goes. You could like hide something in there. That could be kind of
Honestly,
cool.
it's incredible how many things you can hide inside of a piano. My
Yeah.
mom is also a piano teacher. So she's
Yeah.
got this really nice, like grand piano. And when we were little kids, we used to like only be able to like put our hands barely over the side whenever she would like open up the piano for like more of the acoustic sound to go out. And so we put like crayons in there. We would just throw
I love it.
we could throw them in, and then she had to like call somebody to get it fixed because the crayons are messing up the piano. So yeah, piano, very good hiding place.
Wow. When we had our piano tuned recently, the tuner was like, he came out randomly. I found all these pencils. It's like a bunch of pencils that had slid back because they put them like on the music stand, but it slid back and
Yeah,
underneath into where all the hammers are.
yeah.
Yeah, because my piano students too. I think they hide the pencils because they don't want me to write notes on their music. I think that's what they do secretly. They like shove them underneath. Yeah,
Right.
there's a bunch of them. Cat and Mouse Five.
Yeah.
Do you have any fave bands? Artists? Somehow I knew you're going to be the opposite of everyone. I love the idea. I could relate something in the book to music. Ooh,
Mhm.
that would be super cool. Yes.
So,
Awesome.
yay.
All right. I think it's more exciting, kind of like a cool action thriller. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
What
All
are
right.
you going to be working on?
So for me,
Yeah.
for
Just
mine,
so I'm
all
excited.
right.
I'm pretty sure you
So
already told everyone else, but.
oh no, you're good, you're good. So I'm working on Project Goldwings, my Icarus retelling. I was stuck on it,
Oh.
and that wasn't my original plan for Camp Nano, but I'm
Mhm.
inspired for it again, and it's a fight scene, so it takes me longer to get through it because I have to like think over every single sentence. Um, but yeah, I'm inspired, so that's what I'm going to be working on.
Awesome.
And
Well, tell
then,
me it.
Gio, you just read my mind. 1717. Does that sound good with everyone?
Yes, that sounds perfect.
Yes. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and add the timer to stream. Our usual 1717. Would it be a sprint on Helene's channel without 1717? I don't think so. All right, 17 minutes are on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer in three, two, one. All right, that is time, you guys.
Woo.
Oh, that scared me. I was mid-sentence. Hold on.
I know it was kind of in the
There we
middle of
go.
a sentence too, but I like was on the lookout because usually you have to get my attention. You're like, Jasmine, timer's done. So sorry
Jasmine?
about
No, we
that.
have a scary timer here. It's like,
No, that was actually pretty helpful because then like there's no way you could not hear that alarm.
that's good. That's good. Sometimes I
Yeah.
need that too because I'm like so in the zone. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, sometimes it scares me. Like you can see me jump. I'm like, also, in case anyone's wondering, this is sparkling water. This is not like I'm not drinking or anything while doing this stream. I just thought of that. I'm like, yeah, this is water, I promise.
That is funny.
Okay. How did everyone do? How did you do for that one, Jasmine?
Pretty good. The biggest thing that's been such a struggle with writing the second part is that I bounce around all over the place when I write. And this time I tried so hard to just do it in chronological order because I'm like, it'll be easier. I'll do like a really nice outline so I know like exactly where I'm going with it. And then halfway through, I got frustrated because I was on a part that I just couldn't write. Like I was,
Hmm.
at a standoff with it. And so I left it there for like a week. And then finally I was like, I gotta jump somewhere else if this project is gonna be finished. So I'm filling in the gaps between what I wrote like afterwards, and then I'm doing the in between part, and now it's making sense because I know where I'm going. So
Oh,
that was good. That was nice. How about
that
you?
can be that can be hard, but it can also be really fun to fill in the gaps because then it feels like okay, things are coming together, and usually you know like where you're going with it, so then that's kind of nice.
You just don't know how exactly you're getting there yet.
Yes, yes. Um, you know, I got probably around, I'm not even gonna try to highlight it on my phone and get the exact word count. I'm guessing around 70 words or so.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it is. I think Google Docs or my internet is just being a pill right now. Because I'll try to type and it'll do that thing where I'll type like I typed the word deflect, and then like all the keys froze and it had to process for like several seconds and then the word like appeared. And so for every
Oh,
word I had to type, it was like, and I was waiting
yeah.
and then it would type it out. And then sometimes it would like type it out and autocorrect it. Like I typed out deflect, and then it typed out deflect and made it deflecture. Like
Yeah.
they thought I was gonna try to write deflecture, so they just autocorrect, and I was like, no, so I had to backspace, and then that froze, and I'm just like, okay. I got about 70 words in, and it was good. It was actually, I mean, I guess there was some good in the fact that it forced me to like really stop and chew as I was waiting. I was like, okay, I know what the next word's gonna be after this thing happens. I know what the next one's gonna be. So that
Well,
was
yeah.
good.
I thought that's part of the fight scene too, because with fight scenes you have to be like so particular about how you word things because if you're not, like the readers get lost and there have been so many times where I've just like grazed through an entire fight scene just because I'm like, this is taking too long. Like I kind of just want to see like what ended up happening rather than the cool moves that you're like supposed to see in your head and can't understand. So like whenever I write fight scenes, I try to be so careful of making it so simple because if I'm reading it and I'm confused, then everyone else is going to be confused.
Yes. Well, and that's what's complicated about this one is I have my main character, her cousin, um, their guide, Icarus, and then her fiance. So there's five of them fighting this creature, and it's just like so many people
You got to
all
keep
doing different things. I have to like, when do I describe what this person's doing? How do I describe? Yeah, so that is frustrating. And then the fact that it's like,
so
okay, it's just freezing. But it was good. It was good.
love
And then
it.
sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I just said love it. Like that sounds great.
Yes. So then Gio said, well, I'm glad you all like them either way. Yes, the inspiration for number one was Pretty Little Liars, and the inspiration for two was Outer Banks, Oliver Twist, and Jawbreaker.
Never heard of
Ooh.
Jawbreaker.
I've read Oliver Twist, I've seen it. I've heard of Outer Banks. I've never heard of Jawbreaker though.
You know, Outer Banks surprised me because when you first see it, you think it's a very basic, like, teen drama type, TV show, which it is. It is. But it has, like, very interesting twists in it where I was like, I think I
Ooh,
like this show. It's
hey.
very interesting. It's got a nice, like, scenery. The characters are very interesting and, like, the plot's unique. So I that is a good that's a good way to describe number two because I kind of see where you're getting the four characters from, which is fun.
Ooh, interesting. I like it. Charlie
Wow.
is almost at 70K.
That's a lot of words. That's a lot of them.
What?
That's a ton. No, wait, now that I'm thinking about it, that's a lot of words.
Yeah. Charlie, round of applause. That's
Look at
awesome.
that. I know.
Wow. Legend of Rune. I finished outlining chapter 12 and on to 13. Yes! Making good progress. And then Gio Antonio. I don't know why I said Antonio this time. I never say it. I always call you Gio. Gio, I got closer to making a decision during that sprint. Yes. 70K for Camp. Yeah, my sentiments exactly, Yaza. Either way,
I
it's still
know.
amazing. Yeah.
Holy moly. Jeez, that's like more than like what you would write for a basic long novel. That's huge.
And then Charlie said, I abandoned camp. I'm about at that point. But I was at 47K a week ago. That's amazing. 47K
Whoa.
to 70K
That's like
in 1 week.
you doubled your work in a week, basically. That's crazy.
What?
That's really crazy. Girl, you just been writing up a storm.
Seriously. I like Emblem 3. They're a great band. Oh, I also like to be my own music artist. Just trying to grow my own fan base. I love that.
Yay.
Oh, it skipped. Hold on. Charlie asked, I could change it to offline. That's a good idea. I should do that for this next sprint. I was gonna try to roll with it, but no,
Right.
I'll try that. Thank you, Charlie, for reminding me. I kind of forgot that was a thing. Yeah, so there's this rumored joke going around about our prime minister pooping his pants in a McDonald's. I had to do research for my project. I
Oh,
love it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
that is really funny.
Yes, it
That
is
is.
nuts. Dang. Oh, it skipped again. Outer Banks surprised me so much too. I've rewatched it 3 times. Ooh, I'll have to watch that. Is it on
It's on
Netflix?
Netflix. Yeah.
Well, I don't have Netflix. I have Amazon Prime and Hulu, which I don't know why I even
Um,
have Hulu anymore because I don't really watch anything off of it. But
yeah,
yeah,
I've been trying to convince my husband to watch it because I'm like, I think he'd like it, especially since I don't know if you've watched the 100. Have you watched the 100? I think so.
I've read the book series of it. I loved it, and I've seen a few of the episodes
Okay,
from
so
like
the
with
first
friends.
one, yeah, the gal who plays Indra, she's on Outer Banks, and she is a super cool character. She is like a boss character. So I think that's also
Dang,
why I like it so much. Cause I'm like, they brought her back.
I love it. Ooh,
Oh,
I'll have to watch that now. I have
yeah,
such a long to watch list. So I just need to sit down one of these
right.
days.
I know.
After college, that's what's gonna happen. After I finish college, I'm just gonna like have just a month where I just watch everything on my to watch list. Charlie finished exams. Yes,
Yay!
big double round of applause for that because I'm in that same boat. I'm ready to finish exams. So cool, you're trying to build a music brand. Yes. I'm curious to know how that story influenced your project. I am also curious, Yaza. I would like
Yeah.
actually, I don't know. Do I want further information? I don't know, Yaza. I am curious though. Thanks. When I have 1,000 subscribers, I will start making music videos.
Plan.
Yes, my Mac glitched or something. It could be on my end. I don't know. Things are glitching over here, Amanda. You're totally good. Yes, I need to watch this now. Everyone's saying it's really good. Yeah. Oh, the 100's good. Then I got creeped out, which is weird when one of my stories is totally gory.
Honestly, the TV show of the 100, I stopped halfway through the last season just because it went like so off to like who knows where of like the plot line where I'm like, I can't, this is going over my head. I can't compute it anymore. So I'm just gonna read the summaries and call it good, and that's what I did.
There we go. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because I love true crime. I can watch true crime,
Oh,
listen to it all the time, but I cannot do horror movies.
oh no, yeah, me neither.
Which is weird because like true crime, this is stuff that actually happened, super sick. But like for some reason it's like a mystery to me, you know? And so like,
Yeah.
there's like I don't know, it's just fun. It's like a story. The
Well,
ones I listen to are like stories of it, and so that intrigues me because it's real life. But for some reason I can't watch completely made up horror movies. It just like creeps me out.
I think that's part of me. I'm similar too, and I think part of the reason why I'm more okay with like true crime stuff, or even like I guess that this would be considered horror movies, but if it's not like if it's a horror movie with like a human, where I'm like, okay, I feel like I could make conscious decisions where I know how to like beat them, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if
yeah.
there are like monsters and like like devil demon stuff, I'm like literally there's no way you can defeat them. Like and this is gonna keep me up at night for no reason.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
That
true
can
ones are interesting because it's like, oh, I can do this, or I can do this and get out of the situation,
yeah.
or at least I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times too, like you were saying, they're human, so they make
Yeah.
mistakes. So it doesn't feel as
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, okay, you know.
Who
Oh,
would you
Gio made a
maybe
decision.
one or
Oh,
two
Amanda said JJ is my fave, probably.
from Criminal Minds? I love Jane.
Oh,
I love her. Okay, but also I have a really soft spot for Spencer Reed. I love him. Yeah, have you seen Criminal Minds?
no.
Okay, that one is a lot of like true crime. Well, it's not technically true crime, but it definitely has true crime esque vibes to it.
Oh, I'll have
So
to watch that.
yeah,
I mean, you hear about Criminal Minds. I feel like I'm kind of surprised I haven't watched it at this point because it sounds right up my alley.
it's so
But
good. It's so good. Some of the stuff is not realistic at all, but I don't even care because
it's
it's that
okay
good.
if it's entertaining.
We're here to be entertained.
Yes. Legend of Rune, when I should be writing, I end up watching Netflix. I am also a really good procrastinator, and I'm good at
I,
procrastinating by doing other things that are productive, but not the things I need to be doing at that moment. I'm good at doing that and then
yeah.
justifying.
Oh my gosh, the amount of times where I convince myself that I have to clean my house instead of like working on projects and doing things that actually bring happiness to my life. It's
Yes.
every day. It's every day. I have yet to meet an author that is not a procrastinator. I don't know how we all ended up in this boat, but we're
It's in
here.
our blood.
Yeah.
And then Amanda says, John B was amazing. MC though, I loved them all. TBH season 2. Let's go.
Guys, honestly,
Oh.
I was surprised of how likable the main character was in Outer Banks because usually the main character has a lot of flaws that they have to work through, and that's kind of like the point of their character development. But in Outer Banks, John B is like one of the better characters out of most of the characters, which I found very interesting.
Wow.
Like somehow it worked.
That's interesting because I feel like I mean there's this classic example whenever you ask which is your favorite character from Harry Potter, no one says Harry Potter. It's
No
always
one
one of
says
the
Harry Potter.
side characters.
Yeah, yeah, no. Harry Potter's never the favorite character. I mean, like he's a
Yeah.
good character. He's no one's favorite. But I think
Mhm.
that John B actually is one of my favorite characters because he's
Wow.
such a good guy. So yeah,
That's
good
really
character.
cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Legend of Rune, I finished the 100, but I do agree it just went way off in a different direction. I'm not going to have to read the books. Yes.
Yes, I do
Gia,
too.
Gia said that Jawbreaker is a 90s movie about popular girls who play a prank on their friend, accidentally kill her, and then try to cover it up.
Whoops.
Dang. Oh, and ha, is it Chica? Chica? Let me know
Chica?
how you pronounce it because I don't want to mispronounce it, but welcome. I'm
Yay.
so glad you're able to join us. We have 2 sprints left. We'll try to wrap up around the 2 hour mark. But yeah, I'm so glad you could join us. And then just getting to the end of those comments here, and then I will go on. Actually, while I'm going through comments, why don't you guys suggest a time for our next sprint? I'm good if you're good with this, Jasmine, with maybe
Yeah.
doing like in the 20s, 22, 25, since we kind of had shorter ones.
Honestly, when it was 17 minutes and 17 seconds, I was like, oh, that's a nice long time. I can get a lot written. And then I looked at the time and I was like, how did we already get to 10 minutes?
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, or for me, it's like I finished spelling the word deflect and I look up and it's like half gone. And I'm like, oh.
No.
Then Yaza, I just needed the date and location for a quick joke. Oh, I love this.
Oh my
I love
God.
the little Easter eggs. Yes, welcome, welcome. Haven't watched Criminal Minds, sorry. Oh,
Oh,
okay. And then Fiji Castle is here. Hello. This may be different from what you read and write, but if you love crime stories, check Harlan Coben novels.
ooh.
Ooh, I have never heard of those, but I'm gonna have to check them out now. Harlan Coben. Nice. And Chandra is here. Hello, welcome. We have two
Yeah.
sprints left. Have any of you read Shatter Me?
I feel like I've heard of them, but I haven't read them and I don't know what they're about.
Yeah, I've seen them. I feel like I might have read them like in high school. Can't remember. I read so many books that all kind of had the same plot lines, like the young adult romance. They all kind of
Yeah,
blend into one.
right.
Yeah. I think because of my love for Outer Banks, because of my love for Oliver Twist, and my love for having one more than one MC, I think I'm gonna have to go with number two. Yay!
Woo!
I'm
Yeah.
excited to see how this goes. And VG Castle suggested 2020. I'm kind of hesitant to do 2020 because I feel like that's a cursed number.
Remember before 2020 happened and it sounded like such the like magical number, like wow, 2020, what a cool
Yes.
number. And then everybody got screwed over.
Everyone was so excited, like, the roaring 20s again. And then we're like, no, get me out of this.
Anybody who said this is gonna be my year at the beginning of 2021, I'm like, you shut your mouth. Don't you do this to us again.
Don't jinx it, Jen. So then VG also suggested 2121, or I'm seeing two people suggest 2222. Why don't we do 2221 and split the difference?
There you go.
Does that work? Yes. All right. So just because those are the first few times I saw pop up, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But maybe because I know there's a few other times that were suggested. Charlie did 2345. I like that one. Maybe for one of our future or one of our oh wait, our last one, because this is the third one.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe we can do it for that. All right, so we are doing 2221. Is that good with you, Jasmine?
Yes, that sounds great.
Awesome. That was really fun to type. All right, 2221 is on the clock. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer in 3, 2, 1. right, that is time. Once again, writing right up till that last second there.
Really, yeah. Well,
I'm trying to type out of the tree line that phrase, but my phone of the tree line. Okay, okay. You know when it's like the middle of the sentence and you're like, I'm not gonna remember how this ends later, so I need to type it now.
oh my gosh, that's always the worst whenever you write something and then you exit out of it and it gets deleted. And there's no way that you can write it the same no matter how hard you try and remember. Even though you have it in your mind, the way that you wrote it before, you're like, I can't go back to it. But then a lot of the times, the second time, I'm like, oh, I think this turned out better. So maybe it was meant to
Yeah,
happen. But
that is true. That is true. I just had to finish at least that sentence because sometimes,
yeah,
like in sentences, especially, I'm like, I don't know where I was going with this.
I know. I was like, I know that I did this for a reason, but I can't remember.
Right. Anyway, sorry. How did all of you guys do for that sprint? How'd you do, Jasmine?
I did pretty good. Yeah, I started. It's funny because I had goals. Let me see. Let me look at my calendar that I have here. Okay, so when I was like planning out everything that I was going to do for NaNoWriMo, I made cards to put up to say like what my goal was for each day. Definitely did not keep up with it, but it's okay because now we're getting into those goals. I'm in a scene that I called the heist. I was supposed to start it on the 17th. 12 days later, I started it.
You started it though. That's what
I
matters,
started
right?
it. So that's gonna, give myself a pat on the back for that, and that at least I did it within the month of April.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was good. How about you? Did you get more work
Um,
done?
I'm trying to see. I definitely got a lot more words that time, which was
Good.
interesting because I don't know. And I did try to write offline for Google Docs, but it was still sticking. Like
Mm,
not as bad, but still sticking pretty bad to the point where I had to like pause after every word a little bit,
yeah,
which is interesting because it almost gave me the feeling of like I was handwriting it. Because I
right.
feel like there's handwriting stories work a different part of your brain because it forces you to slow down, like make your
Hmm.
brain slow down so your hand can keep up. And
Right.
that's an interesting way to write because when I was younger, I used to handwrite all my stories.
Oh yeah.
And I would get so much done because I would, by the time I finished writing one word, I knew what the next one was gonna be, you know? So like
Yeah.
forcing your brain to take it slow. So it was interesting because I was
Right.
kind of doing the same thing here. Um,
Right.
I'm gonna estimate I got about 110 words.
Nice.
I don't want to try to highlight it. I don't want to mess with that.
No, I feel like I have the worst luck with Google Docs if it's on like my phone or even my tablet, which I would assume like since a tablet's a little bit bigger, it can kind of hold more space, but I still have difficulties with that, really. So
Right?
I get it.
Right? So I'm gonna, just for the sake of time, because I do want to try to get at least one more sprint in before the 2 hour mark. So
Hmm.
I am gonna skip over the conversation with all the times. I did read them, you guys, I promise. Um, and so that was about Water Park's song, I think. And then Chandra, that's different from the Match series. Yeah, I've read the Matched series because I remember that's the one with like the bubble and the girls like breaking out the
Right.
bubble. I always remember that cover.
It was really clever. It was one of the more clever covers that I have seen. I read Matched halfway through. I don't know why I got bored and stopped reading it, but I did. But I would love to pick it up again just because I think it would be a fast, easy read, and it seems like it.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of those like almost like guilty pleasure. Like it's just like it's easy to get through. It's when you want a light read, it's fun. Yeah.
It's a fun story.
That I remember. I mean, it's been years since I read it, but I remember like liking it.
Right.
Yes, you know what they say about hindsight. Why is 2020 a cursed number? Oh, I just say that because the year 2020, I mean,
Yeah.
wasn't the best personally for me.
Well,
Um,
you know, on that for me was not my favorite.
Shadow meets the eyeball. Yes, I can picture that cover so clearly in my mind. I
Now
feel
I
like I
know.
must have read it because yeah.
I'm like looking it up as we're talking about it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I was thinking of something different. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Hold on, is it a trilogy or is it a series? Oh, it's a series. They have like 6 books. Oh my gosh. a lot.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Mm, a lot of books. That's like one less than the Harry Potter series, and that's well known for being like really long.
Yeah.
How
Haven't
funny.
read Shadow.
Okay. I have not read that, but now I will have to put it on my list.
Yes. Oh, me too. Okay, I'll have to look up and see if I have read it. If I have not, I will
Yeah.
definitely read it. And then Lizzie is here. Lizzie, I feel like I haven't seen you forever.
Yay!
I'm so happy you're able to join us. Yes. Hello, hello.
There is a stream on.
And then, yes. That's always such a great feeling when you're like, I need to write with a live stream right now. Like I just really want to, and there's one on, and you're like,
Yeah.
yes. Oh,
Uh,
oh, the comments just jumped really bad. Um, um, wow, it jumped. It jumped really far. Anyway, people are asking Lizzie how Lizzie has been doing. Um, it's also breakfast here. What did you have? I'm having a spam sandwich. Ooh.
spam sandwich.
Sarah just said yo. I love it. Everyone's saying yo. Yo.
Yo.
Oh. Oh, is that your name? Like that you have Siri call you? I have a friend and he works with younger kids. And so he has his phone calling Mr. Awesome. And so all of his kids are calling him Mr. Awesome now. It's the funniest thing.
Oh, that's so cute. I love
Yes.
it.
Me, homie, what's up? Siri, I'm not sure I understand. Oh, Siri's so funny.
So many times. Siri, Google Home, Alexa doesn't understand. I love it when you ask a legitimate question for them to look up and they're like, I don't understand. I'm like, I know if I typed that in Google, they would have understood. So you can understand.
Right? Do you want me to go? I will dump you, Alexa, for Hey Google. I promise. I swear it happens to me so much. Yes. I wrote for maybe 5 minutes, got out of the mood, started listening to Water Parks and Billie Eilish's new song. So far off track, but hey, songs can be great inspiration for stories, you
Oh,
know? You just say it's your inspiration session. Wow,
yeah.
I could not say that.
We've been writing for a little while.
Yes. Oh, you just dreamcasted your
Yeah.
novel.
Okay,
That's
I'm
so
glad that
fun.
someone else does that because for a lot of the books that I write, I'm like, if this were turned into a movie and I were the casting director, who would I make like the people inside of them? And sometimes I think, oh, I would want to bring in like people that aren't known. That would be cool. Like if they embody the character well enough, they can just do it. But then there are some people that I definitely have in mind where I'm like, they would do good at this.
Yes.
Love it.
I'm always really bad. I've always wanted to Dreamcast, but I'm an actor, so I feel like that would be too much because trying to find someone who looked like how I imagine and then also like their
Oh my
acting
gosh, yeah.
style, I would be overthinking it way too much, and I just don't think it would be very fun. I like the
Oh,
idea of it though.
right. I was about to say one day authors will be more involved in the movies that are based on their books. One day, because at this point, like it's ridiculous how very little they're involved, and I feel like that's unfair.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, as I said, at this point, my project is a complete mess. I mean, mine is too. When isn't mine a mess? It's the kind of thing only a mother can love. I brought this thing into the world and absolutely love it.
Oh my gosh,
I
I
love the description.
yeah, I'm also sleep deprived. Well, that could be yeah, that could be a portion of it. I was genuinely feeling as I was writing this novella, I was like, is this even good? Like, why am I still writing this? Is this even good? And I feel like today I finally got to a part where I was like, okay, it might be decent. You know, I guess we'll finish
Yeah.
it.
It's interesting for me because I feel like when I go for long periods without reading like other people's books and it's
Mm-hmm.
just me focusing on my writing, I get to the point where I'm like, wow, this is so bad. Because sometimes I need that because it's like the perfectionistic tendencies, I guess. Like
Yeah.
I'm overly like analyzing everything. I'm like, this is terrible.
Oh,
And then I
absolutely.
read other stories and not saying those authors are bad, but like, oh, okay, this isn't completely perfect either, you know? Oh yeah, I
Right.
forgot not every story is completely perfect. So
Oh, I
it's
know.
yeah.
Every
It's
time you
interesting.
really try and look into it, every story is going to have some sort of plot hole or some
Yeah.
sort of scenario that doesn't make sense, but in the end it doesn't matter because it's the way that the author wanted the story to be written. So it's like, yeah, it's hard to not be super perfectionist about it. Like, oh, would that be realistic and all this sort of stuff? It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right. I need to remind myself of that like all the time. Like it's fine. It's
Mhm.
fine. It's fine. Oh, Yaza, I'm on the same boat right now. So sleep deprived. I don't feel like it. I'm very wired on coffee, but like, it's I don't know what I'm saying half of this spread, so hopefully I'm being good. I just like faded into the darkness.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting tired too. Yeah. Now that you're saying that, like I'm sleep deprived, I'm like a nap doesn't sound bad.
Right? I'm so tired, not in the mood to write. So you guys, I promise I'm looking at all your comments. I'm gonna go ahead and start up the next sprint just so we can get that last one in. I think Jasmine, feel free to hop out if you have to at the 2 hour mark. I don't want to go too far
Okay.
over. I know that it's totally up to you. I just don't want you to feel like you have to stay. Lizzie or not Lizzie, there had been a time suggested. I think it was 23:34.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that one for this last sprint, but feel free, let me know if you need to hop out earlier, because it will be a little bit past the 2 hour mark.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'll say for like 10, I'll stay for 10 more minutes and then I'll hop out around the 2 hour mark and then I'll just wave by as you're continuing your sprint.
Yeah, sounds good. Or what we could do, that way it doesn't go too far over. Do you want to do, we could do 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's still kind of like
Oh, there
would
you go.
that work?
Okay,
Would that
yeah,
be too far over for you?
that works. That's fun. Those will be fun numbers.
All right. And you
Sweet.
still feel free to hop out if you need to hop out early.
Sounds good. I should be able to stay for all of this if it's only 2 extra minutes. It'll be okay. What's
All
the harm
righty.
in writing for 2 more minutes?
There we go, right? All right. 12:34 is on the clock. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer in 3, 2, 1. All right, that was our last sprint for this stream.
Ooh, that's
Yes.
a
How did everyone do? How did you do, Jasmine?
pretty good. How about yourself?
I did good. I got maybe like 25 words written, but I went back and edited a little bit of the words I wrote during the stream and cut out a bunch of adjectives that were kind of slowing down the pacing. So I felt
Yay!
productive.
I would say this was a successful sprinting session.
That's good.
For me, yeah, definitely for me. Lassie, come here. Come on. Stop crying. Come here. Sorry if you can hear crying in the background.
Oh, no, I always love puppers.
Lassie. Hi, yeah, I know. You and I don't pay any attention to you. Well, yeah, that was super fun. Thank you for asking me to come join you.
Yes, of course. Thank you for coming, you guys. This was so last minute. This was literally a last minute decision. I came up with it this morning and then I messaged Jasmine. I was like, hey, you want to hop on the stream? I'm doing one. Feel free if you want. So I'm so glad you're able to make it.
It's been so long since I've done a live stream, and I've been needing to do more live streams during the weekends like I was for a while. So this is good for me. Someone to give me a push, like do the lives.
Yes. No, same here. It's been forever. Like I look back and the last one on my channel was like 2 months ago. I co-hosted a few on other people's channels last month,
Right.
but I hadn't had one on my channel. I was like, okay, I need to fix this. It's been forever.
What? I know, me too. I'm in that same boat.
Yes. Also, so I know y'all left some really great comments. I'm going to go through the ones at the end just so we can kind of wrap up here. I see that Abby started on page 139 of this book, and now at page 181. That is awesome.
It's pages.
And Amanda, sprint went well, wrote from antagonist point of view for my YA thriller. Very, very different writing from his point of view, but interesting. Ooh.
Interesting.
Yes, Lizzie, more reading of chapter 12 of Back Alley Dog Deals. I love it. Um, awesome. Yes, bye, Jasmine. Yes, also, Lizzie, Jasmine has an amazing AuthorTube channel. I forgot to link it.
You're
Type
fine.
in Jasmine Dayton, and I will go back and link it, I guess, after the stream is done, but I'll link it in the description. Because she's amazing, you guys. Go subscribe to her. She has some awesome videos. She was doing some vlogs for camp, yeah, for this Camp NaNoWriMo. I don't know why I thought that was wrong for a second. I second guessed myself. I'm like, I literally watched one the other day. Like, yeah, she's doing it. Yes, thank you guys. All right. Well, once again, I'm Helene Foy. I'm an author tuber. I think I know y'all here, but I post writing related content videos once a week now, not twice anymore, just because my workload's been getting crazy. And this is Jasmine Dayton. Do you want to do a little quick wrap up?
Sure. I'm also an author tuber like Helene. I do a little bit of booktube stuff just so that I can keep up with my reading, keeps me accountable to actually read and write. So usually I try to put my Writers Wednesday videos up on Wednesdays, and then I put my reading book stuff on Thursdays. So that's my schedule.
Yeah. She's so organized, you guys. So organized.
I hardly ever put it up on time. It's usually super late, but I try. I really do.
Yes. Well, yeah, so her channel name is Jasmine Dayton, and I will go back and add the link later if you guys need that, in case you're having trouble finding it. But
My
yeah.
is like super old, so if it's a gal with short hair and sunglasses, you're in the right place. I need to update that picture.
It's such a cute picture, though. It looks so nice.
Really fun. I do like that picture. It is a fun picture. But it's so many times people are like, I can't find you. And I'm like, you probably did find me. I just don't look like that anymore.
My hair's longer. Yeah.
I know.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day, whether it's morning, noon, night, wherever you guys are at in the world. And I will see you soon.
Yay.
Bye.
Thanks, Angeline. Bye, guys.